Ever poured your heart into creating an awesome video only to end up with 63 views? Let's talk about why that might be exactly what you need. Maybe you're a solopreneur, a business owner, or freelancer, and it gets really frustrating that you keep putting yourself out there, creating content, doing marketing, and nothing really seems to blow up or go viral. But what if I told you that you don't have to go viral? In fact, trying to go viral is where it all went wrong. Today, I want to flip the script on what success looks like when it comes to creating content as a business owner, a startup, a solopreneur, or a freelancer. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm a huge advocate for putting yourself out there, creating a personal or business brand through content. But putting out content doesn't mean you're trying to be an influencer or a content creator. The basis of creating content is building a personal brand and, more importantly, creating a connection and adding value to your clients and customers, which eventually needs to translate into this thing called revenue. Today, I want to share with you 5 extremely simple concepts of why you do not need to create viral content for your content to be effective. Let's talk about the first point. Going viral does not equal to adding value. Just because a piece of content that you have created went viral does not mean that piece of content is actually helping your business. Jumping on TikTok trends or IG Reel trends does not always translate into proper value for your business. What's the point of getting over 100,000 views if none of those views actually translate into real customers? The common pitfall when it comes to business owners or freelancers creating content is chasing trends, chasing trending sounds, trying to come up with the best hooks, clickbait, and stuff like that. But mass appeal doesn't always mean you are reaching your ideal audience. If your goal is growing your business by increasing revenue, getting more leads, getting more inquiries, or even growing a community, then you are playing a different game. You are not trying to go viral. You are trying to connect genuinely with the people that will and can eventually become your customers. Let's talk about the second concept, which is in-depth connection always beats a wider reach. One right person viewing your video always beats 10,000 wrong people viewing your video. For example, if you're a fitness coach, would you rather one person who is extremely into getting his fitness in check and building muscle watch your video? Or would you rather 10,000 people who have zero interest in getting into shape watch your video? I think you know the answer. Let's break down the real business with math. 10 views that get 2 inquiries and 1 conversion. Doesn't it beat a viral video that get 100,000 views, 0 inquiries and 0 conversions? You're not trying to be famous as a business owner or solopreneur or freelancer. You are trying to be found by the right people. Next, consistency builds authority. It is not always about coming up with the best quality of video. Long-term brand growth comes with repetition, not reaction. Consistent content, consistently putting yourself in front of the correct people, builds familiarity. People do not just buy your product or service immediately. People buy it when they get to know your values, what you stand for, and how you can serve them. Familiarity then translates into trust. And once you got the trust of your potential client, it will no doubt translate into sales. But this only happens if you put yourself in front of the correct people. You don't need to win the lottery once and win it all. You need to show up to work every day. How many people can actually win the lottery and retire a multi-millionaire? Not many, right? But how many people have shown up every single day and made their business work? Plenty, plenty, plenty of them. They might not be multi-millionaires, but they live an extremely sustainable and fruitful life doing what they love, serving the people they love. Most people who are creating content give up way too early before the effect of compounding comes in. So creating content as a business owner, freelancer, or solopreneur is really about consistently sharing what you're passionate about with the people who are also passionate about it. Fourth concept, algorithms are smarter now. It's not about gaming the system by riding the wave of the algorithm. The algorithm is so much smarter than us these days. The old mindset is, I need to go viral to be seen. which is true many years ago. But right now, today, in this climate, algorithms prioritize relevance over reach. What does this mean? This means that your content will, because of the algorithm, find its way to the correct audience, the right audience. If it's clear, specific, and helpful to them. You don't need to hack or trick the algorithm into reaching more people. You need to speak clearly and communicate your value clearly to the people whom you are trying to reach. What this means is that your content is more likely to be shown to people who care about what you're talking about. 1,000 views, which is much lesser than 100,000 views, is much better, especially if those 1,000 people actually care about what you're talking about. 100 views is definitely better than 10,000 views of people, especially if those 100 viewers care about what you're talking about. These are what we call qualified eyeballs, qualified views, and not just views and impressions for the sake of collecting numbers. Last but not least, business goals does not equal to fame goals. A lot of people, when they start creating content as a business owner, a freelancer, or a solopreneur, they think that they are becoming an influencer or a content creator. That is not your core business. As a content creator or influencer, creating content and entertaining people is, and perhaps going viral is, their core business. But for you, you are building a real business. You are building something that is not entertaining people with your content most of the time. So, as you're creating content, have you ever stopped to ask yourself, are you trying to build a business or are you trying to become an influencer? If the answer is you're trying to become an influencer, then you can skip this video because this video does not teach you how to do that. But if you're trying to build a real business, your goal of creating content, which is just a small part of your overall strategy to build brand, is to actually grow your business. What real business wins look like in the form of creating content would be, for example, getting a DM from a potential client via social media, getting a message from an old friend who follows you on Instagram who now needs your service, a referral from someone who binge watches your content, referring your services to a family or friend who desperately needs your value. That is what real wins looks like when you're running a real business creating content. For most business owners and freelancers, one strategic video seen by 50 qualified eyeballs always beats one viral video that pretty much goes nowhere. As a business owner, you don't need to go viral for content to work for your business. You need to show up consistently, speak to the people that you want to speak to, and deliver value. Connect with them, engage them, talk to them, build with them. If this video has helped you shift your mindset in terms of content creation as a business owner or freelancer, I will appreciate it if you can give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your business owner friends whom can also benefit from this content. If you are a business owner or a freelancer or solopreneur trying to grow your business through content, give me a follow on Instagram, drop me a DM, and let's connect and see how we can journey together in this crazy, crazy world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace!